Everyone, this is Harriet for Her Campus Nottingham, and today I'm going to show you how to do extreme-ish contouring. The first thing I'm going to say about this look is that it's definitely not something that I would do every day. It's a really heavy makeup. It's probably not that good for your skin. You're applying a lot of product to it and your pores are probably going to get a little bit clogged and stuff, so this is something definitely for more of a special occasion. But as things like grad ball are coming up for me, and just generally we're getting to the season of lots of formals and stuff, and for me they're my last, I thought I would go kind of do a two-part thing where I show you my contouring routine, and then I'm gonna use this look in my next video and do a sort of special occasion going out glam look with eyelashes and makeup and eyes and blush. So yeah, that's the main thing I want to say before we get started with this look, is that it's definitely not for every day, and it's definitely not something I could be bothered to do every day. So with that being said, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do in this look is prime the skin, and I'm using Makeup Forever HD high definition primer, and this is a green colour to counteract the redness I get in my skin. You can use whatever you have. I recommend also Benefit's Professional, because the amount of makeup you're going to be putting on, you really want something that's going to be good for your pores, because this amount of makeup certainly isn't. And also Professional is a nice tacky consistency, and it also has a bit of colour in it, so it's going to mean you put on less foundation. For foundation, I'm using a CC cream, and I've chosen Gosh CC cream, which is illuminating foundation in 02 Ivory. This is a really good thick coverage and a nice colour. The only thing I will say, it does make you break out a little bit, so that's worth bearing in mind. And to work it into my skin, I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush. A lot of people put on their contour before their foundation. I prefer to put my foundation first and then work in the contour and highlight on after that, but it's really your choice what you do. So here I'm putting on MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20, but I decided this wasn't really dark enough. I definitely think that 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone is the best for contour. So I put this on and then decided it wasn't dark enough, but that's fine because it will act as a really transitional base for my actual contour. So instead of using that colour, I'm using MAC Pro Longwear Foundation in NW25. I prefer using cream contour colours, or I'd really love a contour stick, but I haven't thus far found one that doesn't go too orange on me, and the last thing you want is an orange face. So I'm using an actual foundation, which is pretty good for me, although it's hard to see on my skin because I am so fair, but I promise you the colour is there and it is contouring my face. And I'm working that in with a Real Techniques contour brush. I'm just taking that in under my cheekbones, around my jawline and in my hairline, and you just want to use darker colours where you'd want shadow, because shadow brings things further back. So anywhere you want your face to look slightly more sunken, you want to contour. I'm also taking that contour down the side of my nose, although I don't always contour my nose because I don't really mind my nose that much. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing is highlighting, and I'm using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15. I'm using, once again, a clean contour brush from Real Techniques. However, I would actually recommend a smaller brush for this. I usually use Real Techniques deluxe crease brush. I think this is perfect for this, but also this contour brush is absolutely fine for it. You want to do an inverted triangle shape and then take it across the top of your cheekbones, and then you're concealing your eyes at the same time. And then I'm also going underneath my contour with it, underneath my cheek contour, to make it more cut. I'm now blending that in with a Real Techniques buffing brush again. I'm just blending that in so it looks slightly more natural. So now I'm just going to set my face with Gosh Prime and Set setting powder. It's translucent, so it's not adding any colour to my face at all. I just want to set what I've already done, because now I'm going to be moving into powder products. So now I'm taking my Sleek contour palette in the shade medium. This is slightly too dark for me. I wish I had gotten a lighter colour, but for all intents and purposes of the video, it's absolutely fine. But first, I'm taking my Hoola bronzer from Benefit. This is my go-to bronzer, and I'm going to use that on my face to warm it up and as a transitional colour for my contour. So I'm just putting that on my cheeks and on my forehead, just to warm up my face. Now I'm taking an angled brush. This is just from Crown Brush. It's nothing special, any brush will do. And I'm taking the matte dark contour shade in my palette. Tapping off the excess and then going in underneath my cheekbone. I'm just pressing that colour in where I want it and concentrating it in that area. Because this is quite a dark shade on me, I'm not taking it too near my lip because then it will start looking a little bit silly. That's why we have the bronzer on. It darkens it up near the lip. So I'm just taking it in the very hollows of my cheeks, dragging it down slightly and really working it into my skin. And then up. I'm just buffing that back into my skin now. And remember, when you're contouring, it's always best to start off light-handed. You can always add more, but blending away the excess can be a bit risky. So just add and add until you're happy. Add, blend, and that's really the rule with any makeup trick. Just add little bits at a time and build up the makeup, and then it lasts longer as well if you build it up. I'm also taking that just around my jawline, as you can see. So now I'm going to highlight. I'm using MAC's Vanilla Pigment. This is just, as I said in my last video, a nice shimmery, pretty colour. Now I'm just contouring my eyes. I forgot to do that. And now I'm highlighting underneath my brow bone with Vanilla again. I'm just blending that in together so it's natural. Finally, I'm taking that vanilla on top of my Cupid's bow, down the centre of my nose. Finally, I'm doing this thing called baking my makeup, where you just put a really light powder on underneath your contour and it really cuts it and makes it really defined and prominent. And you can do this with loose powder as well, and then put on a really good amount and then brush it away after. That will give you a really cut contour, but I'm just popping a little bit and then just blending in the rest of my makeup with the excess. So there you have it. This is my contour look. This is not for every day. It's a lot of makeup, but for special occasions, it's perfect. That concludes this tutorial on contouring. yeah, if you have any questions or anything, please don't hesitate to ask, and you can, if you want to request a video or anything, I'm really happy to film anything if you want to see it, if you have any questions about that, or you just want to look, or for a specific event or something like that, then don't hesitate to comment down below, and also to follow Her Campus Nottingham on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel because it makes us happy. So I hope you really enjoyed this look. Let me know what you think.